I hate to be one of those those YouTube streams where they're like staring at the screen and they're like, are we live? Can you hear us? um, but yes, oh, it looks like it's good. It looks like we are live. So,
You're alive.
um, oh, I should turn down the volume so we don't have any annoying echo. Anyway,
Okay.
hello, welcome everybody. This is Mr. Mark Tompkins.
Hello,
Um,
everyone.
yeah, say hi, YouTube. uh, so yeah, we're gonna do a little demo today in Heavy Paint,
hmm
and I yeah, I this whole thing, like this whole series of streams, kind of started because of Mark. Um, on Instagram, he just messaged me like, "Hey, are we doing any Lightbox stuff?" And I was like, "I don't think so, but I guess we should." I was like, "Hey, that's a good idea. Let's go for it." And so far, it's been a um, really awesome, really fun, and everyone's been enjoying these streams a lot. So I'm excited, and I'm really glad that you reached out. And anyway, aside from that, I've been like a big fan of your paintings, that you're posting pretty regularly, and of your daily life around the house, the kids, the backyard, all the, I don't know,
I
just really nice slice of life stuff, and
think you've
just
seen most of my house. Yeah.
just beautiful. Yeah, yeah, we got a really intimate look into
Yeah.
Mark's life, and you guys who are here, you should check the description links for Mark's Instagram. But anyway, I'll turn it over to you if you want to introduce yourself or say anything. Where you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me on. Um, yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, I love heavy paint, and yeah, I just want to just try and I've picked a reference that everyone can. There's a link in YouTube
Mm-hmm.
that you can take, and I'll try and talk and paint at the same time. We'll see, because this one's quite hard. I've made it quite hard, but we'll see how it goes along. But yeah, a little bit about me. I've been in the industry since around 2006-ish time. I studied animation at university, and then from there I kind of discovered concept art and matte painting, and then kind of right at the end of the university year, I decided to change direction and just make a portfolio about it's probably about a month at the end of before graduating, and then like spent the summer just creating a portfolio. Then after summer, I got a job in a games company called Frontier, and I was there for about probably like 4.5 years, I think. And then from there, my then girlfriend, now wife, had moved to London, started working in a visual effects company, and kind of I followed and started working in film from there. Got to work in quite a lot of kind of blockbustery type films. A lot of experience doing that. A lot of visual effects kind of concept, but we're, as a team, we were able to start from like a blue sky phase, and then take that and do kind of final frames as well. We did a lot of the whole process.
Oh, like all the way through
There's,
to production type stuff also?
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There was a lot of like brainstorming, but then the show would normally come back to us and ask us to kind of finesse things and rework on kind of old work that we might have done a long time ago.
Hmm.
So it's pretty cool to see the whole process, and like with all that, it's kind of helped develop my kind of my eye, I guess, for lighting. Sometime like my eye for lighting, and composition, and learning about photography and all that kind of thing. And then from there, we were fortunate enough to get an opportunity to move to LA with the art department.
Oh.
So I lived there for just under 2 years.
Oh
I've
wow.
been back in the UK for it's 2 years now as well, actually.
Oh wow. So you were just in LA
Uh,
2 years ago, living?
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
wow. Okay, we just missed each
In
other. Or I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
in Culver City.
Oh yeah.
It was great.
Were you at
We kind of
Sony?
no
Sony?
no NPC, which was actually
Oh,
right next to
NPC.
Sony.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Um,
So yeah, I was at NPC for around 8.5 years, um,
wow.
doing lots of stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when we decided to come back, I decided to go freelance. So I left NPC to just have the break from that and just see where I could go. So I've been quite fortunate since I've been back and been on like a couple of longer projects. Um, one of them I can't say, but another one right now I've kind of transitioned from film into animation world, and I'm just doing a TV show for Netflix right now, designing on that, and it's going
Yeah.
pretty well. It's
Seems
good.
like you've been through like the whole gamut of everything.
Yeah,
And you like even from the beginning in school you didn't end up doing what you studied exactly, right?
no,
You kind of
uh,
just like
yeah,
morphed out of it.
yeah.
um,
I mean, all that I learned there is still there. I mean, it's still important.
yeah.
And I've kind of done a full circle and come back into animation. I've always had a love for animation, and I've tried to get in the industry for quite a long time. So for animation, so
Cool.
now I'm there, and I can use everything that I've learned to kind of bring that
That's
with
awesome.
what I'm doing right now.
But they all seem like pretty similar though, right? Like the games and
Yeah,
the movie and the animation, blah blah blah.
yeah, especially nowadays when everything is going through the same kind of similar process.
Yeah. Oh,
It's all
oh yeah, by the
merging.
way, we cannot see your screen yet.
Oh
I
yeah,
guess we should
okay.
share the screen too.
I haven't started yet,
Uh,
but
I'll, although we would love to see your beautiful face, but also, um,
no.
yeah, the, the, yeah. Let me look at your. I'll bring up some of the stuff that you've worked on too on the side, just so we can
Okay.
check it out too.
I can't
Uh,
screen share this yet.
oh, sorry, that's my fault. I need to enable screen sharing. Here we go. Okay, now you should be able to.
Okay. All right. Here we are. Um, so you can see from I'll just talk about this reference image. So this is actually Grand Central Market in LA.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this has got a lot of interesting things to it. I like to find things that don't bore me to death to paint, and have a lot of kind of interesting shapes to them. So
Mm-hmm.
this caught my eye, and you can see at the bottom this says 35 mil. I'm using my phone to take these, but just using an app called Cine Scout, and that I use it quite a lot actually nowadays to I can simulate different lenses through my phone,
Oh, cool.
which helps kind of get more of a cinematic um, photograph sometimes when
And
I'm taking
that just works on
reference.
any regular phone. You can do that.
Yeah, it's just an app. It's just an app.
Cool.
So instead of using the phone's camera, I mean the phone's app to take a picture, I use this app instead.
Nice.
Okay, just let's get this right.
Oh yeah, and by the way, guys, if you're joining in, feel free to check out the reference below. We are using HEAVYPAINT, which is a free app, and you can paint along if you like. But yeah, and also I'm showing on the screen right now some of Mark's paintings around his house. there's there's lots of cool little vignettes. Um, yeah, and we got some old versions of Heavy Paint here too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean I was using it when you just had to take a screen grab of your screen. I kind
Oh,
of liked it
oh
really.
man.
Uh, and then sharing just the whole image, including the brush, the last brush used and whatever.
Yeah.
Uh,
Man, and you in your movie stuff too, you have this really graphic feeling and everything also.
oh, cool.
Like I wanted to ask you cuz I saw that you worked on Deathly Hallows, the Harry
Yeah,
Potter movie
yeah.
and I was wondering if you worked with Alberto on that one too.
Well, he wasn't there when I arrived. Deathly Hallows was actually my first film that I started on,
Mhm.
my first film credit. Um, I came in at the end of the first part and then carried on with the second part. Um, and Alberto was there. He was hired by our art director at the time, Virginia Godin. And I think maybe he was there like a year before or so. But the nice thing is that he had all his PSDs on the still on the server,
Oh, nice.
so you could kind of dissect them a little bit and see some progress there,
Yeah,
which was nice.
that's cool. So how did you end up in that? So that's your first film job, and how did that come to be?
Um, well, I mean, it's a little bit of a journey. Uh, Definitely, obviously, my wife helped a lot. She put my name forward to the art director at first, um, and that got the kind of the ball rolling. Um, and then from there, I mean, even though I had around 4 or 5 years experience as a concept artist, I was still kind of inexperienced.
Mm-hmm.
And the art director, she liked to challenge people, and she challenged me before I even started, and in a good way. But she she gave me a couple of tests to do. Like I came into London studio and sat in with the artist for a bit. Sat with one of the heads of matte painting, Olivia Prawn,
Mm-hmm.
and then just learned a few things. And then after, I think that was like a 4-day thing, just working with different people and seeing how things work throughout the studio. And then I think she said you've got potential, but you need to come back when you're more ready. So I went back. I was living in a different town at the time. Went back, did more homework kind of thing, and just created some new images that I thought that they would like. And then with that, she hired me from that.
Oh, cool. So
Um,
so how
but
long
that
was
was
that?
like,
What was that time span between when she said, "Hey, go home and keep working," and then when you came
yeah,
back and you're like,
I
"Hey,
think it was about 5 or 6 months, I think.
wow, okay." So and you were just like hardcore working all the time on that new part of your portfolio.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do too many images. I just did the right images that I
Mm-hmm.
knew because I'd seen what work they were doing. Kind of, I tailored it to what they're looking for really.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I guess I'm just thinking back now. That time as well, someone had left the department, so they needed to fill that position as well. So
Mm-hmm.
she took a chance and brought me on, and I
That's
was there for
awesome.
8.5 years.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's I mean, it's like it's lucky but also, you're prepared and you're like ready for it. And
Yeah,
then the spot opens and then you get in there.
yeah, and it was fun, and I've learned a lot from there, definitely, and got to work with a lot of people. I helped kind of bring people on as well, or like suggest certain artists to come, and then they would get hired, and a lot of freelancers from around the world we could kind of work with as well, which was really nice. Um,
Yeah.
um, yeah, so
Um
I'm just trying to block this out. I feel like I'm going over and over things.
oh, wow. That was fast. Okay. I just looked back over at your screen. Okay,
I'm gonna
it's done.
I'm gonna crop the. height a little bit more.
Oh, somebody, Tionanima is asking what the name of the lens app it was again.
Cine Scout, like
Cinescout. Okay.
Cine Scout.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, really handy, and it also saves the time of like time of the day and the date and when the sun sets. So it's really handy for if you take a bunch of photos, different lighting, like outside, for instance. You forget when exactly it was, and you can kind of have that as a reference to come back on.
Nice.
Um,
And location too, I guess.
Not on the photo, but I imagine
Yeah,
with your
or
phone it
somewhere.
tells you.
Um, so I noticed too that in I guess with the type of work that you do at MPC, it seems like there's 3 or 4 different movies every year that you work
Mm,
on. And
yeah.
is that like really crazy? Is it overwhelming to have or do you have breaks in between these things, or is it just
I,
nonstop?
I would say the art department, because I mean throughout the years it was very small. There were only at one point it was just me and the art director, and then other times there were like 3 other core artists. It kind of went up and down, um, but I would say that most of the time it was pretty intense, trying to get things done and ready for people. Um, Whereas the other departments, they would have a really hard kind of 3 months, and then they would have a break, like a low point,
Yeah.
and then come back at it, and then like it's the same every year kind of thing. They would have a really intense. Like, it could be 6 months, but it's a little. It's not the whole year. It's a bit, and then
Yeah.
they have a break.
Yeah, yeah.
But us, it felt very constant.
Oh man.
Um, it didn't go up and down. It was just it was
Wait,
just
was
constant.
it constant, like constant crunch or constant uh
Um,
manageable?
no, it was manageable. It's just I don't know.
Oh man, I've never uh done something that like that where you're are you like literally, sitting next to the director and you guys are doing everything sort of real
But,
time kind of?
we'd have people come in and out. I mean, especially in film, there's a lot of hands that it goes through. Um, you do get the director, but it's not. We don't normally get to kind of sit with them most of the time.
Okay.
Um, there'll be an entourage of people where you get to sit in the dark room,
uh,
um, with your work on the like, projector maybe, but
yeah.
you might not get to say anything. It's a
Okay.
little bit different. I have to say it because it's visual effects and it's not like pre-production house.
Mhm.
Um, they obviously are working directly with the people at the top.
Mhm.
We would get depending. Oh, it's frozen.
Oh no.
No, it's okay. It's come back. Um, uh, what was I saying? It depends on what time frame of the project you're at.
Yeah.
Like if it was early on in the like pre-production, then yeah, we would get a director with one other person. But if if it was at the end of a project,
There's
it
like
would you'd
a
have
big
entourage.
crowd.
And, yeah, you probably
They
you
got
probably wouldn't.
bodyguards. They're just
Yeah, yeah.
bouncers.
You have to have a VIP pass and everything.
So
I'm gonna start blocking this because I feel like I'm going over the line. So I'm just gonna. I'm using line tool, but now I'm gonna switch to think of fill tool. No, I think I've got my favorites along here. Um,
yeah.
I'm gonna do a bit of fill poly. I think.
Okay. Oh, Phil Poly guy. Cool. That's a more uncommon tool.
So
Um,
I've got a lot of lines here now, but I'm gonna get rid of all of them.
yeah.
um, right.
So that's interesting. I feel like usually people just jump in and they're like, you know, uh, skip the whole lines thing. So that's neat.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on how complicated things are. It's just I like to I like everything that I do. I kind of base it off something else. I guess in life as well,
Mm-hmm.
experiences and things. But here, I need to have a little bit of something to hang off, so I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Um,
So, okay, so I guess there's not. It's a little bit uncommon to have moved from live action into animation and games and all that. So, what do you feel are the some noticeable differences between doing the Netflix animation stuff versus this NPC and art department stuff?
um, I mean, I guess approaches don't change that much. It's just the restrictions you have, maybe. TV, obviously, you have a lot more restrictions. Um, you're you're determined by if you're not the company actually doing the final product, you're just designing, which is what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Um, then I've lost my train of thought. Um,
Like if you have
then
an
you've got
outsourced company, then
you
you
you've
don't
got to
have.
be aware of you can't just you have to give them everything that you need to um, you have to give them everything that they need to build what they need to do, for instance. Whereas if you were the in-house kind of company doing everything, then you can probably go over and discuss things and change things last minute, maybe.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. A little more frustrating, or not frustrating, but more. You need more detailed communication, I guess,
yeah,
if
I mean,
they're across the world and.
yeah, I mean, it can be a good thing as well because it makes you hone in on what you need to say.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Uh,
Um, but in terms of other than that, I think obviously film that nowadays you can't get away with anything unless you're top and you're hired for that particular skill.
mm-hmm.
Um, then nowadays everyone kind of expects to see photoreal all the time.
Oh
Um,
wow.
um, in in the last generation of kind of concept artists, they were getting away with doing lots of sketches and loose things, but nowadays I think everyone wants a final product to see before it's even made.
Yeah,
Um,
that sounds kind of rough on the artist, honestly.
yeah, yeah, um,
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
Lucky, yeah. I feel lucky that didn't. I never was forced to do like photo bashing for work because it does sound like that's a really common thing um,
Yeah,
across
I
the
mean
board.
it's a shortcut um, sometimes that you need to take.
Hmm.
Um,
I guess that's the nice thing about animation is you would probably never have to do photo bashing. Or I
no,
mean, like that seems like a pretty big difference. Um,
yeah, no, they don't want to see that.
yeah.
um, oh, come on. Um, but I like to I use a lot of Blender in my work.
Oh, nice.
Well, and later on in the film kind of stage of my career, I was starting to do more 3D things rather than finding the right photo all the time
Mm-hmm.
to get to make it work because I didn't really want to do that.
Yeah. I don't know if you feel like this too, but the reason why I started learning 3D was specifically because I didn't want to deal with making orthos for 3D artists to build models. Like I was like, I would rather just make the model myself than draw orthos and give it to
Yeah,
somebody else to draw to make the model. I don't know.
yeah. Then you can say that it's yours as well. Um,
Yeah. Because
once
there's
you,
always little tweaks and stuff that you want to do, and I also feel like when when you're doing a drawing, um, you're just kind of making stuff up in your head, and then when you want to make it in 3D, it's like even you don't know what you wanted in the first place, you know? Like
mm,
sometimes the drawing doesn't match up with what you imagined physically. So you sort of have to figure it out in
mm,
3D a little bit. Um, do you ever feel like that when you're doing your Blender stuff, like that your what you imagined in your drawing is not exactly good in 3D?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess obviously you're able to turn around a model and work it out properly, whereas 2D you're never really going to be able to do it. I mean, you can do orthographic kind of drawings and try and get a really good sense of it, but you're never going to kind of be looking around a whole model or environment really
Mm-hmm.
um, in 3D. Um, so my kind of my approach, I feel like I'm going a little bit slow, but I I dot all over the place, trying to get relationships to things. Um, it looks a bit sporadic, I guess.
You
Um,
oh, so you like to jump around the picture a lot and
all
just
over
sort of
all the time.
feel the proportions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
interesting. I like that idea. Cause like if you start from one corner and slowly move over to the side, sometimes the proportions come out a little funky.
Mm.
Is that the idea? like
Yeah. Yeah. I just like to keep it interesting as well.
mhm.
Um,
Okay, so let's see. We've got a huge. You've worked on a huge variety of stuff.
mm,
Edge of Tomorrow, Avengers, Ghost in the Shell, Jungle Book. So it's like you can literally do any style here. Doesn't matter. Uh, do you have any favorite styles to work in, or like a favorite project out of all everything, or a least favorite project? I guess that's not a good thing to talk about, but
mm. um, they've all been good in a way, I guess.
yeah, yeah.
um, I mean, well, I like variety. I mean, I I do like to paint. If I'm asked to use photos a lot, then I'm gonna probably lose a bit of interest.
Mhm.
Um, and the projects that you've listed there, I just want to make note that it's not like I'm on the project for its whole duration. Um, it's the nature of the visual effects industry. You kind of, for art department visual effects, you kind of dip in and out of different things. Um, so we could be working on something for a week, and then you switch for 2 days on something else, and then another 5 days on another project. It works like that.
I cannot imagine going from Ghost in the Shell to Detective Pikachu within the same weekend like that. I would just that would confuse me. I
Yeah,
would just would be having really weird fever dreams.
yeah,
And oh man. Um,
yeah.
and then also like this, I noticed this game, PlanetSide 2. I've seen people streaming this game on Twitch, like now, in
All right.
2020, and this is a game
All right.
from 2012, and there's
Yeah, I
still
mean,
like a ton of people playing it.
I haven't played it. I just did a little bit of work for that. It was a freelance thing,
Yeah.
doing a little bit of environments for that. But I think there's kind of patches on it. Like, I don't think it's one game. I think does it get
Yeah,
extended?
yeah. I saw that there was like a expansion pack like just this month or something. It's pretty impressive. It's a pretty long lifespan for games.
Yeah,
Usually, I mean, like nowadays, they die like right away. It's kind of
yeah.
sad how quickly games come and go. Um, yeah.
I'm gonna just get rid of all these lines actually. Um, let's put that one in.
So do you do a lot of traditional painting too, or purely
Um,
digital?
I'd like to say yes, but no,
Okay.
not really. Um, I tried to pick up pastels at one point because I was inspired by all the Pixar guys doing pastel work. Um, that lasted a little bit. I think for me, I think what I have in my bag all the time is watercolor. So
Oh yeah.
if anything, it's going to be just get the set out,
Mm-hmm.
just get a bit of color with watercolor. Yeah.
Yeah, I was intrigued by the pastel thing too. I was like, wow, that looks really fun and really cool, bright colors, all the salmon and the
Mm,
pinks and stuff. And then I was looking up the prices for the pastel, and I'm like, oh my god,
yeah,
these are very very expensive
it's an
tools.
investment. Yeah.
I mean, all traditional art supplies are so ridiculously expensive. I wonder if it, I like, are they actually that expensive to make to produce, or do they just charge charge a
Mm.
ton for them? Anyway, Tiananima has a question for you. When you were learning art fundamentals, was it from online communities or ateliers or industrial design schools, or where did you learn your fundamentals?
I'd say it was at majority of majority of it was at university studying animation. So we did life drawing about twice a week, 2 or 3 times a week, and then we would be trying to get lots of animation tests and all that,
Mm-hmm.
getting those pumped out as well. So that helps a lot, obviously, when you're drawing every day, all day.
Yeah.
Um,
So you were making actual, like real 2D animation stuff?
yeah, yeah. You can kind of branch out at the end of your third year if you wanted to do 3D. But I think we were the first year. So I graduated in 2006, and we were the first year to do a full film in 3D.
Oh wow.
Other than that, before that, it might have been used for a couple of shots, but no one did a whole film in 3D.
Oh wow.
Um,
That's cool.
so yeah, it was all 2D, and we were using the line testing machines where you put your paper down, you take a picture, and then you move, you get the next frame, take a picture, and then rewind it and watch it. Um,
Yeah. It's
it's fun. But other than that, I always like to keep a sketchbook around with me. So even before university, I was drawing whenever I could, out and about.
yeah. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are always talking about how, how education is changing now, and are universities worth it, or should you go to the smaller schools, or just learn everything on YouTube, or learn
Yeah,
on schoolism, I guess, or whoever. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's good and bad things. You can definitely have a career without going to university now. I mean, yeah, everything is online. You can learn the skills without going to university. But then there's other things like teamwork, um,
I never learned that.
those kind of skills, working in a team,
Mm-hmm.
um, and just how things work. I mean, our course was special at its time. I guess it's still doing the same thing now. But we as a 3 year, we're like a big unit in the 3 years that we were there. The first years would help the second and third years on their final films, and you would hire people in your third year. You would hire people underneath you in years
Yeah.
to help on your film. So it works in like a real kind of production house kind of way.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's nice. You pay them with Monopoly money?
yeah.
Or
You pay them with no sleep.
give them snacks? Scooby snacks. That's cool.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. What I guess my school was pretty different. It was like it kind of felt like every man for themselves, and it was a
Yeah.
little bit cutthroat. There was a story about this guy who kept all his drawings inside of a safe, so no one else could like steal his ideas.
Uh,
Um, yeah, people were very cutthroat. Oh, they're asking what university you went to, which I think we already went over. But
at the time, it was called um, the Arts Institute at Bournemouth, but now it's called. I think it's changed names to Arts University Bournemouth.
Yeah.
So Bournemouth is south coast of UK.
Okay. Did you grow up there, or?
I was born in another town called Luton, which is kind of above London,
Mhm.
just above it. And then my family moved us to the south, like to Bournemouth, to the coast, when I was around, I think it was 12.
Okay.
So I kind of grew up mainly in Bournemouth.
I have a kind of a silly question, but do you remember what the first moment was when you were first like I guess decided to take art seriously, or you had a thought that maybe you could do this type of a thing?
Oh yeah, definitely. It was like, I know how old I was as well. We were we'd moved. No, I think we were still in Luton at the time. But my sister is 4 years older than I am, and we were looking around for colleges for her. And I don't know, I can't exactly remember what I saw, but I saw something about animation, and then from that, I was 9, and from that point on, I kind of, there was an ambition to get into the animation industry from there.
Oh, so you were following your sister, like looking at at a college fair or something like that?
Yeah, you know how you get to tag along because you don't have a choice.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, and then I must have seen something, and then from that point, I was like, oh, okay, that's something I want to do, and I kind of pursued it from there. And I think because we kind of later on we researched what one of the best animation schools to go to in the UK was, and it was the one that I ended up going to. And I think my parents knew. I think they knew that, and we like half the reason we'd go down there as well is because I could be close to that school as well.
So they moved. So they moved the family there, like close by. Was that?
No, I mean it was for a change in life and work for them, but I think they knew that they had a good arts college there as well.
Yeah. So they were like, "You better get into this school.
Yeah.
We're right next to it."
Well, I mean, because I knew about it and I knew what I wanted to do when I was young, at like an early age. I was actually, they do Saturday morning classes and things like that, and I was going to there from probably the age of 15 or 16. I was going to that college.
Oh, okay.
And doing different courses every few months or so.
Yeah.
I did one graphic design course. I took the animation course, which the students at the time ran on Saturdays. I did that a couple of times as well, like a couple of courses.
Yeah.
And I remember I took one of the they had a Disney animation like fold out sheet that they'd got from somewhere, but it had all the different roles of what you could do. And I took one of those home. And I think I've still got it somewhere.
That's
kept me
amazing.
inspired.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy how like those little kind of things can change the whole direction of your life sometimes.
Yeah.
Just randomly following your going, to the with your sister or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah, that's crazy. Um, so your parents were they were pretty supportive with the art stuff. Were they worried at all that you were going into it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Um, they're very supportive. Um, we're kind of like I guess, an artistic and musical family as well.
Oh yeah, your
Um,
parents were doing stuff.
not professionally, but I mean, my mum is a fantastic singer. She's that, like, she does that a lot. But both of them, like, could draw in when they were younger, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty lucky. Um, yeah, my parents used to draw too when they were younger. They never like fully pursued it, but I think they enjoyed it, I guess,
Mm.
when they were little. Which I guess explains why they were kind of okay with me doing art also.
Mm.
Um,
Mm. I am not sure if I'm doing that well.
so what was your favorite food in LA while you were living here?
Mm. Uh, hmm. We like to go into Mitsuya, uh,
Mitsuya? Oh
Japanese. Yeah,
yeah. Oh man, so good.
my favorite bookshop in there as well.
Oh yeah, Kinuya, right? Or wait,
Yeah.
is that what it's called?
Yeah.
You LA people know all about Kinuya. I think I'm pronouncing it right. I hope. You eat a lot of ramen? Did they have?
Yeah, a lot of noodles. Yeah,
I like the mackerel at Mitsuya. You ever
yeah.
try the mackerel?
I don't think I did actually.
I don't know why I love mackerel so much. It's like I like it more than like more expensive fish, you know?
Hmm.
I think it's a underrated fish, mackerel. Anyway.
Maybe it's that same feeling. Yeah, you get like a cheap sketchbook and you don't care about it, but it works really well.
Yeah. It's a cheap sketchbook, but it tastes really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh shoot, I was supposed to follow along, but I totally missed my boat here.
I'm gonna try and speed up a little bit.
But yeah, guys, if you're just joining in here, we're following along with Mark's painting. We posted the picture on the video description. So if you wanna, oh shoot, it says access denied. What? Oh shoot, it's okay. We can see the picture on your screen anyway. So if you wanna join in, just start painting. See if we can beat Mark.
Mhm.
Let's
Probably.
see. Do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm usually doing these paintings to relax in the evening. Sometimes, if I feel it's going well, or I want to spend a bit more time, I'll just lay in bed when everyone else is asleep with my iPad and just keep painting until it's done.
What? What pose are you? Are you like sitting up or sideways, or
No,
how do you?
I'm completely relaxed.
Wait, you're. How are you
Like,
holding?
lying down with
What?
my head up, but
Like on your belly?
No, what? No, on my back. Just lying down normally with the iPad up.
You're like holding it above your head? Wait, what?
You're
You're like
confusing
like
things.
sitting up in the bed, right?
No, lying down,
Lying
but
down.
maybe with my knees to support the iPad.
What?
Do you have
Can
that?
you
Do you
draw
have
it?
that vision?
Can you
Do you
draw a
have that?
diagram for us?
Yeah.
What this position? I can't. How do you use your knee? If you're lying down,
All right.
aren't you
Uh,
facing up?
I'll do a side view.
Do an ortho
Okay.
for us.
So this is my head.
Yes, this is your head.
This is my pillow.
It's your pillow.
I've got a little bit of up action with my head,
Uh huh.
and then my chin is kind of close to my chest. And this is my hand, and then the iPad is here, and then my other hand is drawing right there.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah,
And
so
I can
that's
put.
belly. That's belly mode.
Oh, I thought you meant lying down,
Oh, no, no, no. I
face,
mean like
face down.
belly resting, like
Yes.
like an otter eating oysters.
Oh,
Or I don't know. Never mind. Okay, thanks.
just let me click that up.
Spaceship mode. That's what they're saying. I like to do belly down. I'll put like a big couch pillow under my armpits, belly,
Yeah,
and like lay over the pillow and belly down, paint.
yeah, sounds fun.
Or I still need to try. You ever seen those pictures of like little kids? The little kid had a iPad over a glass coffee table to watch movies, so they were like laying down under the coffee table watching the iPad. I
It's a good
think
idea.
that'd be pretty good too. Anyway,
Digress.
ergonomics.
All right. Yeah, most of the time the painting doesn't look like anything until the last second.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Oh, here's a question I've been asking everybody is
Yeah.
so the first time you opened up Heavy Paint to play with it, what was your first reaction? And be honest.
Um, uh, it was probably like, yes, there's a fill tool that I can draw with, because Photoshop is lacking that, I guess.
Yeah.
They don't have. I mean, I was impressed straight from the get-go, really.
Okay, that's
I'm not just saying that.
That's uncommon because most people the first time they try it they immediately hate it and close it up
Oh no, no, no.
for a few months and then they never try it again or maybe
No,
they'll try it again like weeks later.
no, I loved it. I was for a time on the iPad. I'm one of those that likes to try all the apps all the time, see which ones work.
Mhm.
And I've stuck with yours for a long time now. So it must be doing something right.
Yay. Did you used to like Alchemy? Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I think I probably downloaded it again like a few months ago. So
Yeah.
just to try.
Um, yeah, I'm the same. I like to try all the tools. I've tried like a gazillion of them, and there's always little things I want to change, you know. But I don't know. I
Yeah,
guess it happens.
I was gonna ask the airbrush. Has it changed at all? Have you?
Yeah, it's
It's
I
got.
think the size is a little bit smaller now,
Hmm,
so you kind of have to make the brush size bigger for it to look the same as it
right.
used to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So got things
Let's
going
see.
in the wrong place. So
Charlie
it's
says,
usually.
oh, go ahead.
Sorry, no, go on.
Is this somebody? Charlie was saying that he says, "Please show us the art of belly painting." I was just gonna say that like most of my paintings are done with belly painting style. So if you
Mm,
go on my Instagram, they're all belly paints.
yeah,
Um,
it's when I do my best work. The one on the cover of the YouTube was done mainly in bed.
oh, seriously? Did you have like a photo split screen or something for that one?
Yeah. Um, Most of the time I'm using the 12-inch iPad. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I
Oh yeah,
mean,
you got some real estate there.
got some, yeah. I mean, right now I'm painting on a 16-inch Cintiq, so it's not that much bigger than the iPad, I guess.
Yeah. So you prefer painting on iPad versus Cintiq usually?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Um,
Me too.
right.
I'm a bit of a Cintiq hater. Um, I'm still
Yeah.
using like the regular tablets, the little one without the screen.
Yeah. I did that. I only just changed to Cintiq probably just after Christmas because I was doing a lot of drawing. I've been doing a lot of drawing where I want to get some kind of arm into it.
Mm-hmm.
I just like line work, and I wanted to just make it feel like because I'm doing iPad stuff as well. I don't want to switch from iPad to tablet, so
Mm-hmm.
I got the Cintiq just so I could feel the same. Really, try and make it feel the same.
Yeah. But the
Right.
thing I like about the iPad is it doesn't seem to get as hot as a Cintiq screen. Like sometimes Cintiq
No,
is like, what? It's too hot.
I mean this new 16-inch. I don't get hot, but this one doesn't get hot. I don't
Oh,
think.
okay, okay. All right. I guess the new versions are fixing problems. That makes
Maybe because
sense.
it's smaller. I don't know. Right, I'm gonna shift this lady over here because I'm all over the place.
Okay.
Okay. If I don't finish this by tonight, I will finish it for you and post it.
Okay. So, let's see. Charlie says my old iPad gets warm, but it's okay. Yeah. Um, I am glad that there's so many devices that have pens now. Like seems like half the laptops that come out have some sort of a pen deal to them. So that's kind of
Mm.
cool. All Surface
Yeah,
stuff.
for some time I had a Surface Pro for a little bit, and that 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 was that worked all right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go here.
So are your kids into art stuff at all?
Yeah, they I mean, um, they're still quite kind of young, but my daughter likes to draw a lot. She's 4.
Oh wow.
Um, my son is just 1, but he likes to um, grab a pen if he can.
Do they like draw on do they ever draw on stuff they're not supposed to draw on?
Body parts mainly.
Oh, okay.
No,
So no permanent markers allowed
no,
in the house.
just for me. I like Sharpies. I like Sharpies a lot.
Me too. I like them more than fancy pens.
Yeah.
They're nice, good blue collar pens. They're
Mm.
working. working man. Anyway, yeah. Sharpies are cool. Actually, the sound of if you turn on the sound option in Heavy Paint, it is you'll hear a Sharpie.
Yeah,
Yeah. Have you ever played with that one?
I have. I haven't heard it
Yeah.
unless it was always there, and I
Like
just
yeah, go to options on the
yeah.
top left, and then there's a sound option,
Okay.
and then try that out for a second.
Yeah, that's definitely not distracting.
Yeah, you can turn it off
But
if you want, but it's
it kind of works with the airbrush, I guess, as well. Like,
yeah, it does sound like a spray, but doesn't all the other ones kind of we need more sound library. Um,
but yeah, you could experiment a lot with that.
mhm.
Okay, she's.
Yeah, this is a pretty tough picture,
Mm-hmm.
man. It's like a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, what about changes? Would you if what would you change in Heavy Paint
Uh,
in your
there's something I
course?
was going to say before. I thought about this, but I just need to have a think again. Um,
No
yeah, and
changes. Perfect.
yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, you don't need to change it that much. um, I think maybe one thing that could be cool, but then it's also takes away the feeling of the uniqueness of the program. Um, like if you could have a way to select areas, so you could paint inside that selection, maybe.
Oh yeah, like a
Um,
lasso.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be handy.
So it works same as the fill, but you just got lasso and then you paint inside that. But then obviously it's kind of like the fill anyway. So I guess an extra thing you could do with that is just with the lasso you could select areas and move them around with the
Hmm.
move.
Yeah, that's a little bit scary. I don't know how to do that yet.
Yeah.
I will have to watch some more YouTube videos. Figure it out.
Mm.
Oh man, my version is very crappy. Yeah, this Grand Central Market probably looks. It probably it probably looks totally different now. There's a lot of new stuff going in
Mm,
and old stuff going out
yeah,
and much more expensive stuff going in. It's a little bit sad, but Culver City's nice place to live though. There's like so much food, yummy food and stuff.
yeah,
Did you ever go to
yeah.
the Museum of Jurassic Technology?
No, I passed it a lot. We were always talking about it, but we never actually went in. It never looked like it was open, but then we did see people go in every so often. But did we ever see them come out?
Yeah, it's one of those places. It doesn't ever look like it's open. I went one time and it was pretty strange. There was a there was a lady at the end who, like, you're walking through this little house that's sort of a museum also, but it's really dark inside and creepy, and they have all sorts of like little creepy oddities inside, and then at the end you're like kind of lost because you've been in this weird house for so long, and then there's a lady at the end that gives you tea and cookies, like on the top floor or somewhere, and then they're like, okay, you can leave now.
That's forever burned in your memory.
Yeah, never gotten cookies at a museum before.
Yeah, it's a nice touch, really.
Hmm. Charlie's asking, what kind of movies do you like?
A lot of movies. I I've been watching a lot of more TV recently, like crime TV,
Mm.
um, like Mindhunter and um, my mind's gone blank. Yeah,
I,
Homeland, different things like that.
yeah,
Um,
Mindhunter and Home Alone.
Homeland, no, Homeland.
Oh, Homeland.
Um,
Okay. I was like, wow, those are different.
um, but movies. I mean, grew up in the '80s, so a lot of Steven Spielberg movies I like.
Hmm.
But then, yeah, like I like a lot of David Fincher movies as well.
Oh yeah. Did you ever watch Dune? Wait, am I thinking of
Yeah.
the wrong Fincher?
Well, you mean the original?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never saw it. It kind of looks
I,
really epic. And it looks like it has all the coolest like people in it. But was it good?
um, I mean, I think nowadays people probably get bored with it. Um, there's a lot of epicness in it. uh, um, but I think people have a short kind of attention span these days, and I think there's not enough kind of action going on.
Mm-hmm. So you like the you you prefer that style versus like today's stuff in general?
Mm, no, I'm not saying that. Like, um, it's that same kind of question when people say, "What music do you listen to?" I I listen to everything really. I don't filter anything out. So I'm the same with movies. I'll watch bad ones and good ones. Um, well, it's all subjective anyway. But um, what I'm saying, it's quite hard to answer.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I have a question. Do you watch all of your movies that you've worked on? Have you seen all of them?
No.
No. Okay. All right. All
Um,
right.
I haven't seen Red 2. I haven't seen Red 1.
Have you seen Troll 2?
Trolls 2.
Troll 2. Troll 2.
Troll, not trolls, but troll.
Troll.
Like,
Like one troll. Have you seen that
no,
one? No.
no.
That one's it's one of my favorites. It's like supposed to be the worst movie ever. Like
No.
up there with The Room
Mm.
in terms of doesn't make any sense, but it's amazing because it's just mind blowing how bad it is. Um,
It's so bad, it's good.
yeah, it's I personally like it a lot more than The Room. Because The Room to me was like there's lots of moments in it, but overall it's pretty painful. It's pretty difficult to watch. The Room. I don't know. But Troll 2 is I don't know. It's more densely it's more enjoyable somehow.
Mm. Okay, I'll check that out.
Yeah.
On my to-do list.
Okay, what do you think about the new Dune trailers? Fiction is asking.
Um, I think it will look good, as most new trailers. Visually, I mean, the visual effects is obviously gonna play a big part of the movie. It's all visual effects probably. So it's always gonna look good. I'm not sure how story stands up, but I think it looks interesting.
Hmm. Yeah, it looks pretty. It looks great, but that's the scary thing is like I've seen so many trailers that look so awesome, and I've been
Yeah,
so pumped for it, and then the movie comes out, I'm like, damn it, they got me again. They fooled me, fooled
yeah.
me once. Shame on me. And then, yeah. Anyway, what about the show you're working on? Are you allowed to say anything about it, or is it totally secret?
It's been announced as yeah, the title's been announced, and it's been announced that it's for Netflix. So the company that I'm working for right now is called Triggerfish Animation, and they're based in Cape Town.
Oh,
Some great artists there. They're all great people. Um, and the show is called Mama K's Team 4. It's basically this is it's I'm trying to sum it up in a way. It's aimed for younger audience, not too young, but younger audience. I can't say too much.
okay. All right. But
I'm gonna stop there.
all
You
right.
can search for it.
Okay, okay. But you're pretty excited about it? Like
Yeah,
how it's
it's
turning
looking
out?
really it's looking really good. It's been fun so
Cool.
far. I'm sure it's gonna look amazing when it comes out.
Awesome. Yeah,
Cool. Yeah, yeah,
Netflix is kicking ass lately. They're sort
yeah,
of taking over LA right now, actually.
yeah.
Like everybody I know is kind of going to Netflix.
Mm.
Um, So, in your adventures in the industry, do you have any people that were kind of like a mentor for you or something like that, or someone that you wanna mention?
I think. I mean, there's too many people really. Everyone that I've worked with has helped me in some way or another. Um, it's really hard to pinpoint a person. I've worked with a lot of great people.
What about people from like your early, your first big
First job.
milestones and stuff?
Um, well, there's a great artist called Edward Kaplan. I worked with him in Frontier, so my first job. And he's an amazing artist, concept artist. You should check him out.
How do you spell it? The last name is like K-A-P?
Kaplan is Caplain.
Okay, Edward Kaplan.
Edward.
Oh, I see him. He's
He's
a
great.
lead concept artist at Don't Nod in France.
Yeah, he's moved back to France now. Yeah.
Oh shoot! Okay, I've seen this. I've seen this painting. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's really good.
I'm gonna post this in the. So, was he like your coworker or art director or?
No, we were co-workers. So it was his first job, and it was my first job as well. I started a little bit before him, but then he came on, and it was really fun because it was a new town for both of us. We kind of took our laptops outside in the dark and painted when we could, and went to cafes and painted and drew on our sketchbooks. So that was a really fun time.
Cool. He's from France?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Jeez,
He
these
basically
paintings are amazing.
Yeah, he basically designed the game. If you're on his
Oh,
art
Alien Isolation?
no, the game after that.
Life is Strange too?
Yeah. Life is Strange.
Yeah.
It's basically his style. All the artwork you see walking around the game, he's painted. Like all the little kind of posters and things. It's all his drawings, which is funny.
Jeez, these are amazing. My gosh. Yeah, like I love this style too, like the nice graphic plot. Yeah. And he worked on Alien Isolation too. That game is beautiful as well. Jeez. And he can draw.
Yeah.
And any other coworkers that we should look at?
Yeah. From NPC, there's a guy called Andrei Ryabovichev. It's going to be hard to write that.
Let me see.
You're going to try and find him?
I'm going to try. I'm attempting. Or if anybody in YouTube knows the name, they probably know more than I do. Oh wait, I think I found it. That is a serious last name.
Yeah.
Ryabovichev. Whoa.
He's really good at what he does, and I'd kind of argue if he's one of the best at what he does in terms of characters.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at this golden jacket he painted. It looks like it's intense detail.
He's a really good painter. Yeah.
Oh, he has a Will Smith genie.
Oh yeah, I've got one of those as well, but I haven't showed anyone.
Oh, it's in the archives.
Yeah, I think he was at a different company, but sometimes they like the production houses pitch. They ask all the companies to try and do different things. It's kind of like a race to see who gets it.
Oh man, I want to see yours.
Oh, no.
Were you? How did you feel when you got that brief?
Well, first of all, what's his name? I love Robin Williams, and his version of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I wasn't happy at first, and then before it was Will Smith, we were just shouting out who it could be. They didn't know at the time. It was before any of that happened. So we tried a couple of faces from people.
Who was your favorite face?
Did we try Robert Downey Jr.? But then I was thinking he'd probably be a little bit too sarcastic for the genie. I don't know.
Yeah. Who would?
Who would you think? I don't know. I guess Will Smith was a good choice because he can sing as well.
John Malkovich. Or
That would be
who else
interesting.
would be? I don't know. Shia LaBeouf. No. Yeah. Interesting stuff. I still haven't seen the. I haven't seen too many of the live action Disney movies yet.
Mm,
Um,
they're interesting.
mm-hmm. Dang, these paintings are crazy.
Another guy that I worked with, I don't know if you know him, Matt Alsop.
Oh,
He's a good artist.
yes. Let's look him up. At Allsup.
He's graphic as well, very graphic.
It's ALLSOP, right?
Yeah,
Oh, I guess he's not on the art station.
I don't think he's on ArtStation actually.
But he's on Instagram, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Steadicam operator. Wait, that's not him.
No. Unless he's changed careers.
Wait, yeah, IMDb is also the Steadicam Matt Allsup. He's a pretty successful Steadicam guy.
It's not him.
I've definitely heard his name before.
Do you know Richard Anderson?
Richard Anderson? I don't know him.
He worked with us for a while as well. He's a great guy.
Man, these are tough names. Richard Anderson art. Flaptrap. Oh, okay, I see. He's... Oh, man. He's got these knights and spaceships and stuff. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna post this one too. Joseph says Woody Harrelson would have been good genie. Oh man.
Yeah. It'll bring something different, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, they're asking, wasn't he at the first IFCC also? Probably, because IFCC's probably got all the UK guys there. Okay, your boy says, I have a question regarding detail. Is there a point where you have to show some detail, but not every detail, like not over-rendering a piece? I guess,
For work.
I guess for whatever you're doing, like, when do you feel, or when do you stop detailing stuff? or when do you decide to what to keep digging into and what to let go?
Um, I mean, I guess the right the right answer is to always fulfill the story. If it doesn't help with the story, then there's not much reason to have it there. It's
Mm-hmm.
just a bit of fluff. Um, but yeah, I mean, usually in the film world, uh, you, you just keep going until they say stop.
Keep going until it's
Or
real, until the thing is in your
until it
hands.
yeah until it's out.
Oh
um,
man.
yeah, you, yeah. In the past, it's been like you've got a day to do this or 2 days to do that. It's usually down to time rather than how finished. So I would adjust the way that I work for the time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's not necessarily how much details you get in; it's just what you say with what you can do in that time frame. I think we don't have the luxury to work a lot, like long hours, a lot of days on certain things.
That
So
makes sense.
you need to be efficient in how to say it in the right amount of time
So
that goes.
would you suggest for Javoy to like maybe practice with a timer for certain paintings, or try to limit himself when studying?
I mean, I, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. Um, or I think a better thing to get to make note is how long it takes you to do something, because it's I think that's a question that I get asked, and I ask my co-workers how long they think it should take, and it's a good idea. It's a good practice for you to know how long it takes for you to do things. So not necessarily you time an hour and you stop, but you work on something to what you think is finished, and then see how long that takes, and then
Yeah,
work that way around rather than stopping because you think it's like a speed paint. You've got to work an hour. That's it. It's
I'm the
probably better.
worst at that. I'm
It's
so bad
better.
at that. Jeez.
It's better to um, take longer, but know how long you take, and then get that time down, rather than seeing how much you can cram in a particular time.
Yeah.
Oh my, um, it's all over the place.
Oh, it's coming together.
Things are not in the right place. I can see. So this guy's crept over again. So this was where the lasso would be really handy. Um, so what I'm gonna do?
Okay, we'll pretend that we can't see the photo. Or yeah, that's the trouble with doing the live demos, is we see the reference.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna I'll repaint it. Um,
yeah.
get a nice big line like that.
Here you go.
I'm gonna start working big.
I need to keep working on mine too. Keep, have you messed with the smudge stuff at all yet?
Yeah, I've tried it. The iPad version only just you only just released it like a few days ago,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm already like feeling like that version. Uh, was too, maybe too, it's like too watery or too, it feels like glassy a little bit somehow.
Mm,
So I've been
yeah.
trying to make it a little more physical and more dry, I guess, more
Mm.
direct. I feel
Well, I
like.
mean, it works for your glass paintings.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I was like, okay, just gonna paint water because that's all that I can do right now.
To be honest, I'm not using smudge much in my work anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I like to block out shapes and then use the gradient tool to give direction of things
Yeah,
more.
yeah. It's definitely more graphic without this much, probably. But yeah, I just wanted to be there for the painters, or for the the traditional oil type people, or the dry brush type people.
Mm.
You know.
I'm definitely gonna give it more of a try. I just haven't had a chance. Okay. Let's go there.
Did you ever work with Jama Jibarev too? Was he doing NPC stuff?
Yeah, we're friends. He moved over. I'm gonna try and pronounce it, from Tajikistan,
Yeah.
um, and then worked in the commercials department of MPC for a long time. Um, and then we kind of our department stole him every so often,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and then eventually, I think he did he kind of did a lot of work for us with us, as well as doing the commercial side, and then after that he moved on. Um, but yeah, we worked together at NPC for a bit.
Yeah. It's kind of cool how like there's so many people like go through and get to get exposed to everybody's different styles and stuff.
Mm.
Mm-mm-mm.
Actually, funny. The last, not this project, but the project before, a few of us were hired, and he came on to the project as well, which was a nice surprise because I didn't know that was happening. So I got to work with him for that project, which was cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my painting's looking like doo doo. Oh no.
I kind of see when I'm painting like this, if I'm doing it kind of for relaxation, I kind of see it as, I was trying to think of this earlier, how I'd say it, but like it's just a jigsaw puzzle to me, I guess, and I'm trying to put all the pieces back together that's on the table.
Hmm.
Um,
Like
and you kind of find the pieces that fit next to each other,
so, it's more of
that
an
make,
abstract type of a shapes and colors.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I put the lines down at the beginning just to try and get some sort of direction, but then now I'm really just looking at shapes. I'm not looking at what these things are actually.
Yeah. You remember that? What did they used to do in school where like you have to draw a picture but upside down or something
mm,
like that, just so you can't like, just so your brain can't assume anything.
mm,
Um, I always thought those were cool.
yeah,
Assignment.
yeah. It's like working with your non-dominant hand as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Even chewing with your non-dominant cheek is weird. Had to do that a couple weeks ago.
yeah. That's missing. Okay, let's get some. So I was going to ask you about working. Are you kind of part of Pinkman TV now, or like
Um,
just
I guess so. It's sort of this. They just it forms and disappears per project so far.
mm,
Like there's no permanent home for it yet.
mm,
But I've been around for I guess the birth of it. So that's kind of cool. But
mm,
yeah, hopefully next project, whatever they do, you'll be able to have a more, a solid home, because it's a
mm,
lot of stress and work to try to like find a new studio every time.
mm,
Like we were working in Spain for the last project, which was
yeah,
the Watch Dogs trailer,
yeah,
and everything was like really last minute, and the schedule was insane, and we were like we moved into an existing studio, Illusorium Studio,
yeah,
and they're like an ad agency, and they do cinematics for video games and stuff. And so we were working with that crew plus our crew plus their computers plus some of our computers, and yeah,
mm,
but I'm sure it'll happen. It'll, Alberto is like very on top of things.
yeah.
Like he moves really quickly and gets stuff done.
That's what you need.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we were also working with our IT guy for that project was also working on Klaus the movie,
Oh,
and
yeah.
also in Spain. So he kept telling us how epic their production was. They had like hundreds of people over there
Wow.
with our, and then we just have our tiny little baby team.
Yeah.
Um,
So how many in your team in total, or did it change around? Or
for our building, it was like, I don't know, 20 something people, I guess.
yeah.
But then there's a lot of people remotely doing animation and stuff. I
Mm,
think it's mostly animation work
yeah.
because we had all our layout and oh yeah, we had painters, layout, character artists, everything except animation.
Mm. And were you painting for the last project, or were you just doing Blender work?
A little bit of both because I was doing sets, um, and doing the sets in 3D kind of requires painting because like most of it is just straight color from the paintings.
Yeah.
So you have to like actually paint the lighting into the environment.
Oh, yeah.
Or it's sort of like a 3D map painting, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of Blender. It's a bit of a silly setup that we had because we were doing Blender and Maya at the same time.
Okay.
So we would have to send stuff back and forth all the time and just importing and exporting and rendering things twice to so we could composite them afterwards and all sorts of really really inefficient things.
Yeah.
but but we did it.
Yeah. Amazing work.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was a little rough though. Sometimes it got pretty late nights.
Yeah.
So yeah, schedule could have been better.
I guess you just learn for the next time.
Yeah. It's one of those things where yeah, the studio's popping up for you know, out of thin air. So of course things are going to be a little crazy.
Mm.
Where I guess it's nice to be somewhere where they kind of have things more solidified, I guess. Figured out.
Yeah.
Although it does seem like nobody really knows what they're doing in the end. Fully.
Just winging it.
Yeah. Like even the big studios like whoever Pixar and Disney and whatever they completely restart their project sometimes like oh they said what we've been working on for the past 2 or 3 years let's just throw it out and try again like you know yeah, I mean, it happens to everybody.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's easier to do that than try and rehash something.
Mm-hmm.
Just start again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I hope this isn't too cynical for the YouTubes. Are you guys doing okay? Let's check on them. Has Mark ever freelanced? You do mainly freelance now, right?
Yeah, since coming back to the UK, I'm freelancing now.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Do. How long do you take to finish a heavy paint painting? How do you know when it's done? I wonder if heavy paint have a timer result on the stats. Oh yeah, that would be good, I guess. Timer. How would the timer work? Would it be like you only count time while your pen is down on the paper, or would
Mm.
it be like, do you think it'd be better to have the timer, maybe it has a threshold, like if there's 3 seconds after you release the pen, then it stops the timer. So
Mm.
I don't know.
That's interesting. It could work. If I had a timer, I'd probably want it visible where I'm painting to know how long it's taking.
Ah, that's good. Yeah, could
But then that
go.
might be just distracting. I don't know.
I mean, it would be good at least for figure drawing
Mm.
sessions to have
Yeah.
the timer there. Hmm. Oh yeah. So how long do those your regular, Instagram paintings take usually?
Um, the Hong Kong one, uh, unless I'm painting from life. So the last one that's on my Instagram, the of my computer setup, that was just one sitting kind of from life. So that was just a few hours, I think. Um, but ones that took a bit longer, the Hong Kong one and the building one that's on the splash page. It's probably three nights working a couple of hours on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so maybe six 6 hours maybe
Yeah,
to get
that's
to a long one.
pretty serious investment. Yeah, I would be scared to do that on heavy paint. But yeah, it worked out. I'm showing that one now on the YouTube, so you guys can see that. This is Hong. Wait, no, this is Brighton.
Yeah, they're about the same time, I think.
And then these mini elephants. Oh man, that Hong Kong one is crazy. I love those taxis.
I actually tried quickly putting it into Blender as well, just to get some parallax, and I didn't continue, but it's interesting. It was fun to see the cars move a little bit.
Like were you projecting the painting onto like blocky cars, sort of?
No, I mean for all the Blender stuff that I do nowadays, I'm bringing a lot of things like the Ian Hubert kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
Just bring the image onto a plane, like import it into a plane,
Mm-hmm.
and then just cut out the bits that I need to extrude or delete or whatever.
Yeah.
So with that one, I just brought one image plane in, cut out like the cars, extracted it from that as a copy, made and then did that with a few things.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Actually, we kind of work that way a lot too for the all of our stuff is just pieces of paper paintings
Yeah,
like cut out and arranged like a little or paper display.
yeah. It's so fast, and Blender just blows me away every day that I use it.
Mm-hmm.
The speed of it.
Yeah, it's pretty magical. Seems like finally there's some competition for the big guys.
Mm.
So uh, let's see. Jaboy says, do you have moments where your creative sort of intuition takes over, like your creative impulse, and what sort of result does that bring? Hmm. Wait.
Creative impulse takes over from what? Uh,
Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky question.
Like if I'm going shopping, or you
Going
mean
shopping? I don't know. I guess he's saying like,
like
do you get lost in your work where
um
you're like just in a creative flow and you're just absorbed into it, I guess. Maybe.
yeah, I think definitely with these paintings, like I said earlier, I use them more to just have a time out for myself, and especially if it's late at night and I'm doing these just in the dark kind of thing with some music on. I guess I definitely get lost in that world.
Yeah. Yeah, because then it's like a movie theater, right? Because the screen is so close to you and it's
Yeah.
dark around, even though it's just, 12 inches or whatever, it's feels like
Mm.
a big screen. Yeah.
Does that answer the question? I'm not sure.
I think so. Um, okay. Oh, sorry. Charlie has a suggestion for Smudge Tool. It would be cool if the brush that is active in the smudge mode stays as the chosen tool. At the moment, it keeps the last tool you picked. So if I'm painting with lasso but I want to smudge with draw, I have to do too many clicks for going back and forth between painting and smudging. Interesting. But what if you do want to keep your fill tool and smudge with the fill tool? Then you would have to switch it. Well, I don't know. Maybe that would be an option. It'd be like Photoshop where each mode has its own brush selected. Maybe. But I don't know. I kind of like sometimes just using fill and then smudging with fill right after. Works well too. Hmm. Hmm. Hello, Salamart. Yeah, we have some Blender fans in here. Can you show any Blender stuff that you've been playing with?
Uh,
If not, it's okay.
Not really. No.
Okay.
It's all for work, really.
All right. All right.
Maybe in a few years,
Okay.
if you can wait that long.
Just sit tight, guys. Oh my gosh, my laptop is about to die. One second. Oops. Come on. Come on. It's dead. Is it tough to freelance with 2 kids at home?
They don't. We've got a stairgate, so then they're trapped downstairs.
Okay.
Um, it's okay. I mean, I hear them every so often shouting and screaming and killing each other, but adds to the fun, really. Or I just put headphones on. I mean, it's good in a way because I can go downstairs and see them every so often as well.
Yeah.
not, and if I'm working late, then I can still see them go to bed and everything.
Mm-hmm. Do you find yourself working working a lot, like all day kind of a thing sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, the project that I'm on right now, I mean, it's a full time thing, um, and then we probably do some extra hours on the more crunch times as well. So it gets busy.
Yeah. All right, we got another question. What inspires you outside of the art world?
Mm-hmm. Um, I mean, I love being outside. We live near the beach as well, so we try and my family try and get out there as much as we can, see get some fresh air and see the world a little bit. Um, so I would say just life in general, just living life, experiencing different things. Um,
Yeah.
Coffee.
Coffee. Oh man, just today I decided I'm only gonna have one cup of coffee today, just because I think I need to cut back because I'm feeling so tired in the middle of the day,
Mm.
and I wonder if it's because of coffee. I don't know.
Uh, I was thinking that about reducing coffee as well, but then I started using a cup that's probably about 2 pints worth.
Oh no.
There's
7 gallon
basically
jug.
like, yeah, it's like 4 cups in one.
Oh
Anyway,
man, that's not good. Yeah, you're like I only had one cup of coffee today. Glug,
yeah,
glug. uh, yeah. I think the coffee's killing me. Um, I used to be really really bad with like I would drink coffee at night and
mm,
not be able to sleep until like one time I was awake at night and I was like, man, I need to get some fresh air. I've been inside all day, and I went for a little walk, and and then this old lady was jogging, and she's like, "Oh, good morning to you." I'm like, "Oh God, I need to go to sleep." Oh man,
yeah. I go through different times where I try and give up coffee every so often, and then it goes to tea, like flavored teas, and
yeah,
then it goes to green tea. So you feel a bit stronger. Then you go to green tea, matcha green tea, and then you and then you're back to coffee.
damn it. Okay, Salamart is asking, do you take pictures of your plein air reference, or do you normally stay outside and paint things as you go?
Um, I if I'm plein air painting, well, inside the house. I mean, I'll stay there until it's done, kind of thing. The ones that you see in the house.
Yeah.
The ones outside, I would probably try and do some painting there, but then I'll probably run out of time, and I'll take a picture and bring it back home. I rarely finish anything outside recently.
Yeah, because there's no outside. Outside doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, just blowing leaves. Yeah, but I mean, like for instance, if I've got a lunch break free, I'll go to the beach on my bike or something, start something that's sitting down.
Oh man, that's so nice.
Like, yeah, but then I'll see that I have 10 minutes left to get back to my desk, kind of thing. So
So
I'll probably take a picture.
even though you set your own schedule, you're freelancing, working from home, you're like very strict about I have to be back home. Like,
Yeah, I mean, for this job and actually the last job, it's kind of like working in the office. You work their hours.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Are
yeah.
they keeping track of you on like Slack or something, or you
Um,
just do it on your own?
there's lots of communication.
Yeah.
I mean, this project I'm leading some artists, so I need to keep on track as well.
Oh, okay then. You probably should be around.
Yeah.
Um, how do you feel about leading artists? Did you ever feel awkward about, giving changes and stuff in the beginning, or is it just normal, just part of the job, or?
Um, yeah. I mean, sometimes it can be awkward when you see something and you want it changed, or when you know it's been like they've spent a lot of time and effort in something. But I think it's always worth saying it than not saying it.
Hmm.
Um, but I think it's going okay. If anyone's listening from there. I mean, throughout NPC life as well, even though I didn't have the title, because I was there quite a long time, I guess every so often I would I wouldn't say direct to anyone, but I'd like to give my opinion and help people where I could. So that, I guess that kind of preps you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is my slowest painting ever. I'm still on, like, I haven't even drawn the shops on the side yet. I don't know. I had
For
to.
me, I'm like,
Oh,
oh, sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, like, this is bringing me back to. I was working on the convenience store for the Watch Dogs trailer, and I had to draw like every single piece of candy wrapper and the different chips bags and the different smoking packs, and oh my god, that was like months
Oh,
worth of potato chips.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, what were you saying?
Um, uh, I think, what was I going to say? I think I get to this point where like right now I'm starting to get into a flow. Um, from now, like this is kind of more of a meditative state, I guess, and I'm just working through each part of the painting, not thinking that much, but just trying to tackle each bit. And this is where I usually turn off the lights,
Go to belly mode.
just start painting.
Mm. Yeah, one of the guys, Vajra, he was demoing earlier, and he's saying like he really likes to do nighttime plein air because it's digital is much better at night, I
Yeah.
guess. Like, just the colors are more rich, and
Mm.
yeah. We used to even have like these curtains and at work where like you could do the blackout curtain so you're just in a little cave with your
Mm.
computer. Which,
Yeah. What, to simulate night, or you just had too much glare?
yeah, just for glare, just so you
Yeah.
can like do your work without any light, just like a troll.
Yeah.
Um, I love that stuff though. I love cave-like environments.
Mm.
It's where I thrive.
Yeah. I mean, when I'm working, I probably close the curtains most of the time.
Yeah. Let's see. When I paint with reference, it really helps me understand like everything is perspective. But when I go and paint without reference, I'm lost. Well, that happens to all of us. I think like the reference is sort of like your base, and then you can steer off of it with your
Mm.
little. It's hard to make up a whole environment just off the top of your head, and right, like usually need a little bit of help from some reference.
Yeah, definitely, especially environments, because I mean, we've seen we all live in the environment. I mean, the characters as well. We live and breathe in the inside environments all the time. So anything that feels a little bit off, we feel it, and the same with people as well. If you're
Mm-hmm.
designing without any kind of knowledge of something, then I think our brain knows that.
Yeah. Let's see. Fiction says, I wanted to ask Vaughn, how do you do the textures for the props like packets and soda cans and stuff? Is that in Photoshop or some 2D software by hand? Actually, I use HEAVYPAINT for some of those, like the stickers and the graphics of the potato chips and stuff, because those are really simple graphics, so that it didn't really need anything fancy. Um, and then you just get those, and actually we would bring them into Blender, and I was watching this tutorial on how to make pillows in Blender, and so you could make a little poofy candy shaped pillow, and then you have
Mm.
the texture projected on there, and then you just give it a nice like metallic material and make it all shiny and crunchy looking, and that's it. And then you just do that 500 times, like lots of different different candies.
So you've got them for next time. You have to do that.
Oh God, I hope I never have to do that again. Oh man, that's one thing I hate about like you do all this work and then the next project you work on you can't reuse the old stuff because it's like the other company owns it or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Unless unless at NPC you guys are allowed to you can reuse stuff or no?
Mm, not really. I mean, we had our own things that we made. I guess you could reuse them, um, little things, but not like main elements that are seen throughout the film. For instance, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of an example.
Yeah, you can have like stock footage stuff repeated, right? But
Yeah.
that's it. I mean, I don't want to make like trash that goes on the floor again for the 10th time,
Yeah.
or a bus. Like I've made so many buses. Actually no, buses are kind of fun because they're all different. We got to do a double decker bus for the y- Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
Um, do you prefer painting with music or without? That's the question.
I try and listen to music as much as I can. Yeah, I'm a musical person anyway, so I try and stick on something,
Yeah, me too.
keep me going.
Me too. I
It varied.
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, like, I like listening to music on YouTube, but it always gets the streams like flagged. So, but it's okay.
Yeah, I I listen to anything really. Just I find it hard if it's got talking or a lot of singing, but mainly kind of instrumental stuff if I want to focus properly.
Yeah.
Film scores and stuff.
I'm okay with singing as long as I've heard that song like a billion times, so then the words kind of just disappear.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's another thing. I mean, sometimes my wife would laugh at this, but I I just stick up one song on and I'll listen to it probably
oh no.
half a day or a whole day, but I forget that it's on. It's just like,
Oh god.
but it helps my brain just keep going.
Baby shark doo 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 doo.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah. That can drive you a little crazy over time, I guess.
It's not for everyone.
Mm, all right. Well, I think we're coming up on 2 hours streaming already. So, um, I guess
All right.
we could we we can wind it down if you want, or keep going. But yeah, the time for the schedule, at least for these guys that are here, it was for 2 hours.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, this was the most involved painting so far, the most complicated subject so far,
Hmm.
uh, of the weekend. Um,
Well,
but
I
yeah.
hope everyone's enjoyed it. I don't know if anyone's played along, but
Oh
it'd be
yeah,
good to
yeah. We
good to
sh-
see.
we should check on that. Does anybody have any paintings they wanna post up? I'll post mine somewhere. Where should we post? Actually, let me put up the Google. I'll put up a Google album link, and then you guys can stick it up there. Sorry. Where am I? What's the easiest way to? Let me just make a new album. LBX. I'll select the picture. Okay, I'm gonna share this link for you guys, so you can export your or take your screenshots or whatever. Alright, hopefully this works. Let me get in here. Are you guys able to get in that album and upload? I'm gonna try to export what I have. Oh man, I'm embarrassed. My painting is so crappy here. Okay, let's see. Oh crap, now I wanna do last minute stuff. Yeah, so post your paintings up in there and we can take a look. Maybe Mark can do a little critique.
Yeah.
I just posted like a random thing in there. Post my export. What do we call this? Grand Central Market?
Yeah.
Okay. You just have work in progress. That's fine too. Mine's pretty rough also. Grand Central Market. Yeah, Ace, this video will be up here at the same link afterwards. You can watch it later if you want. Yeah. Alright guys, post your work in progress. Whatever you got.
Okay, so if I look at the stats, it's going to be line tool most of the way.
Oh yeah, let's see. Whoa, okay, we already got a cool one from Mike. Judicious use of the fill tool. Everything's fill. The baby's fill. The people are fill. All right. Yeah, I don't know if you can see this one, Mark. We've only got me and Mike so far.
How do I?
It should be on the Google album, I think. Oh, it's not there. Ah.
On the link that I shared, or
No. The one I posted. I posted a link like on the YouTube. Oh wait, I didn't send it to you. Let me send it to you. Sorry. That would be good. Chat. Okay, I'm sending it on Zoom. So this one is from Mike Mike J.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's pretty chaotic, but I kind of like it. Like how
I,
wild it is.
I'm sorry, I don't have the message.
Oh, it's on Zoom.
So I never use Zoom.
It should be on the chat, like on the lower part of Zoom. There should be a chat area, or I can set it on Instagram,
Oh
maybe.
yeah, I see it.
Okay.
I see the chat. Um, I don't see your message.
Here, I'll send it on Instagram also. Invalid link? Ooh. That's not good. Copy link. Send link. Okay. There you go. The second one should work. Did I send the wrong link to the
That's cool.
YouTubes?
That's great. Definitely, you get the feeling of the place.
Yeah,
Each one.
it's like it has a lot of energy, right?
Mm.
Which the Grand Central Market definitely has energy. There's always like noises and people and
Next that. Oof, it's great work. Guess everyone's looking at a tiny little reference image as well.
oh wait. Oh wait, let me bring up you I'm gonna bring this up to oh wait, it is up. Oh, we're both looking at Mike 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 now,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Okay. Let me make it big.
Lots of fill.
Yes. Yeah, so any suggestions for Mike?
I mean, you've got good base there. I would say the people in the middle. Started to. I feel like you could just. I guess the next stage would be just to define their silhouettes a little bit more, and let them pop out and be the kind of central focus of this image. I mean, it's a one point perspective anyway, so we're naturally looking into that middle. And talking about that, the perspective, I guess we could use those characters as our vanishing point as well. So if you look at the left of your the counter, it's actually going up above their heads. But if you just bring that down slightly, then it will help with the image composition as well, because we would be pointing to those guys. But it's cool. Yeah.
Cool. Very nice. Like yeah, I like how how bright you got everything in there.
Yeah. Definitely got the vibrancy there, which I'm still lacking on mine. So.
Yeah, me too. Mine is missing it. You can skip mine. It's a little bit doo-doo.
No,
Kind of
it's
like.
cool. I like the blend.
Thanks.
The wall.
Oh yeah, I was trying to do a little bit of smudge on the back wall.
Yeah.
And then we
Benjamin.
got Benjamin Christ.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, this is great because you even though you haven't got all the elements in there, we feel what's happening. You've got the ones that count in the photograph, I think. We've got a little bit of story with the guy behind the counter and the guys in the middle.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
good like capturing what you can in the amount of time that you have. It's good.
Yeah.
What you're saying. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see if there's any other ones in here. Okay, I think that's it.
All right.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much for joining in today. I hope you guys have a good rest of your Lightbox, and
Yeah.
and of course, thanks so much for doing this, Mark. I know it's kind of late over there, and you're busy guy. So thank you. Thanks a
It's
lot
been
for
fun.
doing this.
Thank you for inviting me. It's been fun.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty.
All right.
See you next time.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Bye bye. Bye YouTube.